6 lucky numbers to win lottery and get rich on June 20th, 2025 Buddhist teachings. Have you ever felt the universe was trying to tell you something? You keep seeing certain numbers and receipts, clocks, or even license plates, and deep down, it feels like more than coincidence. In today's video, we'll explore 6 lucky numbers that could help you attract both wealth and wisdom as we approach June 20th, 2025. These numbers are not random. They draw from ancient Buddhist teachings and timeless numerology, seeing numbers as vibrations that shape our reality. Most ignore these signs. But what if they are subtle nudges calling you to align with a greater flow of abundance? Remember, luck isn't something we wait for, it's something we tune into. Stay with me to the end. I'll reveal a bonus master number believed to amplify your energy and manifest your intentions faster. But it only works when your mind is clear, your heart open, and your spirit aligned. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom, and comment below. I welcome abundance into my life. Now, let's begin. 1. Number 40. 1. Have you ever felt as though life is racing ahead while you struggle to keep pace, like spinning countless plates with the constant fear that one might fall? You may be working tirelessly, pursuing your dreams with determination, and checking all the boxes of what should bring success. Yet beneath the surface, there lingers a sense of imbalance and undercurrent of unease. This isn't mere exhaustion, it is your inner self whispering that it's time to cultivate a deeper foundation. This is precisely where the quiet energy of the number 41 offers its subtle guidance, with grand gestures or empty promises, but with a calm, steady assurance. In the teachings of Buddhism, this number embodies the wisdom of anchored progress, a momentum that is deliberate, rooted in patience and clarity. Just as the Buddha taught, endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but it is to the one who endures that the final victory comes. So too does 40. One encourage us to persist with mindful discipline. Change, in the Buddhist view, rarely arrives with a roar. Rather, it unfolds in ripples through daily rituals, consistent self-cultivation, and the unwavering practice of staying aligned with one's path, even when external circumstances appear stagnant. The vibration of 41 resonates with this timeless principle. It does not bestow instant fortune. It equips you with the inner tools to create your own lasting success. When you encounter the number 41, a clock, a receipt, a street address, it may well be a gentle nudge from the universe, inviting you to shift your gaze inward and embrace the role of the stable force that others can depend upon. For in truth, authentic wealth often speaks in whispers, and genuine peace arrives not through external validation, but through inner grounding. As Lao Tzu once said, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." Let the essence of 41 serve as a daily reminder that you are not falling behind. You are thoughtfully laying the stones of a resilient foundation upon which true abundance and serenity can flourish in your life. 2. Number 17. Now, let's talk about a number that doesn't shout for attention but carries a deep, quiet wisdom. 17. You may not see it shining like 7 or feel its solid presence like 8, but if you pause and listen deeply, you'll sense its energy. Have you ever faced moments in life where grief, heartbreak, or failure left you feeling cracked open inside? If so, you've already walked alongside the essence of 17, perhaps without knowing its name. This is not a number of grand beginnings or definitive endings. Rather, it embodies the in-between, the sacred pause between the storm and the sunrise. It dwells in that raw space where loss is still present, yet beneath the ache, your inner strength quietly stirs again. This is the number of silent transformation. Numerologically, 1 and 7 combine to make 8 often, seen as the number of power and flow. Yet 17 speaks of a different power, not of material gain, but of spiritual resilience. It belongs to those who've touched rock bottom and made a conscious choice to rise not hurriedly, but deliberately, with wisdom and care. People aligned with 17 are the quiet builders. They're not chasing applause or shortcuts. They know that true treasure lies in the slow, mindful work of rebuilding from within. As you may know from Buddhist teachings, this kind of patience and endurance is the heart of true practice. Astrologically, 17 resonates with Saturn's energy, the wise but demanding teacher of the universe. Saturn grants no easy rewards. It offers lessons through endurance, responsibility, and time. Yet when you finally earn what you seek, it cannot be taken away, for it has become part of who you are. Reflect on your life. Are you standing in an uncertain place, seeking healing, trying to understand an experience that wounded you? Or perhaps you are ready to write a new chapter, not with loud announcements, but through steady, purposeful steps. In this light, 17 becomes a number for the soul survivor, the healer, the one who walks the path of mindful transformation. So I ask you, what part of your life is calling for this kind of quiet strength? What are you ready to rebuild, not for the world to see, but for your own deep peace? Remember, the wisdom of the Buddha teaches us that life is change, and in embracing the process, however slow or silent, we find true freedom. May this reflection inspire you to walk forward with intention, knowing that your quiet efforts hold immense power. 3. Number 11. Dear friend, have you ever noticed how certain numbers seem to follow you through life, appearing on clocks, receipts, or license plates, just when you need a little nudge from the universe? One such number is 11. It may look simple, two ones standing side by side, but in the world of Buddhist wisdom and spiritual numerology, it holds a much deeper meaning. Master Sheng Yen once said, "The path of awakening is not about running away from life, but about transforming the way we live." In this spirit, 11 symbolizes more than chance. It represents a moment of profound alignment between your inner world and the outer one. It is a mirror. One part reflects the self you present to the world, the other reflects your true, quiet essence, the voice of intuition that knows truths beyond words. When these two aspects harmonize, life takes on a new clarity. Have you ever walked into a room and sensed its energy before a word was spoken, or had a dream that repeated until you couldn't ignore it? Such experiences are whispers from this heightened awareness. Yet this sensitivity is not without challenge. At times, trusting your intuition when others cannot see what you do may leave you feeling alone or uncertain. It is in these moments that number 11 gently asks, can you follow your inner wisdom even when the path is unclear? Right now, as we approach June 20th, the universe stirs with subtle energies. Uranus, the planet of awakening, nudges us toward new insight. You may feel as though you stand at the edge of change, sensing something significant is just beyond your grasp. You are not mistaken. The energy of this period invites you to embrace alignment and inner clarity. And for those curious about lucky numbers, the wisdom here is not in mere chance, but in understanding the right moment to act when inner knowing aligns with external opportunity. So, as you move through this sacred window of time, ask yourself, what is my heart quietly telling me that I've been too busy to hear? Sometimes the most life-changing shifts begin not with fanfare, but with a gentle whisper only you can recognize. If you've watched this far, you're already opening the door to fortune and abundance. Comment below with lucky journey to affirm your commitment to attracting prosperity through these 6 special numbers. Don't go anywhere, there's still more wisdom and insight ahead. Stay with us until the end to fully embrace the teachings that could guide you to financial success on June 20th, 2025. 4. Number 29. Now, let us turn our attention to a number that seems to reach beyond the surface and speak directly to the heart. 29. It is more than a number you glance at on a receipt or a calendar. It holds a deeper vibration, a quiet force that often emerges when life places us at a crossroads. In Buddhist wisdom, true transformation seldom arrives wrapped in ease or comfort. It comes disguised in discomfort, uncertainty, and even suffering. The energy of 29 embodies this very principle. It is not about fleeting luck or instant riches, but about enduring life's trials and emerging stronger, wiser, and more attuned to your inner path. The number 2 resonates with empathy, intuition, and emotional intelligence. It invites us to listen deeply to ourselves and others. The number 9 represents the old soul, carrying the weight of past experiences, the wisdom of endings, and the courage to let go. Together, they form a powerful blueprint for inner transformation, to feel, to understand, to release, and to grow. Many who carry the energy of 29 walk through the fires of life betrayal, financial collapse, deep personal loss, not to be broken, but to be refined. I recall the story of a woman who, after a devastating divorce and the collapse of her business at 42, felt abandoned by life itself. The number 29 began to appear repeatedly on street signs, digital clocks, receipts, until she chose to pay attention. In meditation, she asked, "What is life showing me?" This single act of mindfulness shifted her perspective. Guided by her new awareness, she began coaching others through similar hardships, and within 2 years, she built a more fulfilling life than she had ever imagined. As the Buddha said, "No matter how hard the past, you can always begin again." So if 29 is calling to you, do not dismiss it. Reflect and listen. Perhaps it is urging you to restore a fractured relationship, to finally start that passion project you have long tucked away, or to release what no longer serves your peace. In today's fast-moving world, we often ignore these subtle signs, but wisdom lies in noticing, in pausing, and in choosing to act with clarity. 5. Number 30. Let's take a quiet breath together and listen to what the number 30 has to offer, not as a loud proclamation, but as a gentle whisper to your heart. Have you ever sensed a deep inner pull, urging you not just to tweak a few things here and there, but to completely refresh your life? Almost like a wise voice within, softly saying, "It's time to let go of what no longer belongs to you." This is the true message behind the number 30. In the light of Buddhist wisdom, 30 is far more than just a number. It is a sign from the universe, a compassionate nudge that tells us the past is ready to fall away, and the future is quietly waiting for your embrace. You may notice this feeling during life's in-between moments, times when one chapter is closing and the next has not yet appeared. It's not about turmoil or noise. It's about clarity, a peaceful space where the soul prepares to begin again. Now, think about the number 3. It represents self-expression, joy, and the beautiful freedom to be your true self. It calls you to speak your truth with courage, to create with an open heart, and to trust the light within you. Then comes the 0. Many think of 0 as emptiness, but in truth, it is a sacred space zone that amplifies all around it. It deepens your awareness, enriches the silence, and creates room for profound transformation. When the energies of 3 and 0 combine, they offer a rare opportunity, a moment of spiritual grace where the old parts of you dissolve, making way for a vibrant, authentic self to rise. Now, as we move through June 2025, this energy becomes even more powerful. Why? Because a deeply emotional lunar eclipse will align with this vibration. Eclipses don't wait for us to be ready. They shine an unfiltered light on truths we may have avoided. They urge us to release toxic patterns, outdated relationships, and false versions of ourselves we've outgrown. This is a time of great opportunity if you are willing to open your heart. So, I ask you, what is it that you are ready to release? And, more importantly, what kind of life are you ready to step into? Let this be your guiding reflection. Remember this: life constantly offers us moments to renew and awaken. The number 30 and this month's cosmic energy remind us that change is not to be feared, but embraced with a heart full of trust. 6. Number 8. Have you ever paused to consider how a simple shape can hold the wisdom of the cosmos and the secrets of your own life's journey? Let's talk about the number 8 not as a dull digit you breeze past on a receipt, but as a living symbol of eternity, continuity, and the unfolding circle of existence that Buddhism calls samsara. 8's graceful loops remind you that beginnings and endings are illusions, that every breath you take is both an arrival and a departure, weaving your karma into patterns you're only beginning to understand. When you turn 8 on its side, you see the infinity sign, a serene prompt that everything you do matters infinitely and is connected in ways you might never see coming. What you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create, said the Buddha, urging you to notice that your smallest actions send ripples through the universe. And here's where you come in. In 2025, a year whose digits add up to 9, the number of completion, transformation, and awakening, you have the chance to close old chapters and step into a new narrative. Starting this June 20th, as Jupiter's generous abundance aligns with Saturn's disciplined lessons, the cosmos is offering you both support and structure, but only if you're willing to lean in with honesty and integrity. Are you chasing dreams that truly resonate with your heart, or are you following someone else's checklist of success? The energy of 8 doesn't respond to shortcuts or empty wishes. It rewards grounded intention, honest effort, and the steady cultivation of virtues. So here's my invitation. Choose 3 intentions: real, specific, soul, nourishing seeds that you're willing to water every day this month. Maybe you'll commit to a mindfulness practice that brings clarity to your mind. Perhaps you'll start a project that feels like an act of love, or you'll rewrite your relationship with money from scarcity to worthiness. How will you embody patience, integrity, and persistence as you move toward these goals? Write them down, speak them into the world, anchor them in your daily routines. As the Eightfold Path teaches right view, right intention, right effort, you align your vision with your actions, and the universe responds in ways you never could have predicted. This is the true fortune that awaits. Not a lottery jackpot, but the quiet riches of living fully awake, moment by moment, in harmony with the grand, infinite dance of life. If you're still watching, you're already embracing the possibility of transformation and prosperity with these 6 lucky numbers. Comment: abundance awaits, to affirm your belief in the power of wisdom and intention. Keep watching. There's still so much more to discover that could light the way to your financial and spiritual success. V. Practices that will help you escape poverty forever. Imagine waking up each morning not with a knot of worry in your chest, but with a quiet confidence that, step by step, you're building a life of true stability and purpose. What if the very habits you cultivate today could break the chains of financial struggle forever, transforming not only your bank balance but also the way you see yourself and your place in the world? Drawing on timeless Buddhist insights, do good, not do bad, and grounded in practical, real-world actions, the path ahead is simple yet profound. It weaves together the power of an abundance mindset, the wisdom of ethical living, and the strength of compassionate community. Whether you're just starting to dream of a brighter future or you've felt stuck in scarcity for years, these 5 interlinked practices will guide you toward lasting freedom. This isn't about quick fixes or empty promises. It's about fostering inner resilience, aligned purpose, and a heart open to giving all the essential ingredients for escaping poverty and thriving in every dimension of life. Let's begin this journey of wisdom together. Number 1. Cultivate an abundance mindset. Cultivating an abundance mindset begins with the simple yet profound recognition that thoughts of scarcity, those insidious whispers telling you, "I'll never have enough," are neither facts nor fate, but conditioned patterns that can be transformed through conscious practice. As the Buddha wisely taught, the mind is everything, what you think you become. By gently noticing each moment of fear or doubt and replacing it with genuine gratitude for what already enriches your life, whether it's the warmth of morning sunlight streaming through your window, the supportive voice of a friend, or the steady heartbeat reminding you of possibility, you lay the groundwork for a lasting shift in perspective. In modern life, where comparison and consumerism perpetually beckon us toward dissatisfaction, committing to a daily gratitude ritual can be transformative. Pausing for even 30 seconds each morning to mentally list 3 things you appreciate anchors you in the reality of abundance and primes your brain to spot opportunities rather than obstacles. Building on this foundation, affirmations become a bridge between who you are today and who you aspire to become. Repeating a mantra such as, "I have the power to learn and grow," before you check your email or dive into social media not only counters negative self-talk, but also rewires neural pathways to support self-efficacy. After all, as Earl Nightingale observed, we become what we think about, and consistently reminding yourself of your innate potential invites resilience in the face of setbacks. Further deepening this practice, visualization takes the form of a deliberate daily exercise in which you close your eyes for a few minutes to vividly picture the concrete steps you will take, whether enrolling in an affordable online class to boost your skill set, dedicating an hour each evening to explore a side gig aligned with your passions, or setting aside a modest portion of each paycheck into a savings account. This transforms abstract hopes into actionable intentions and reinforces the belief that change is not only possible but already unfolding. Seamlessly connecting these practices, you'll find that gratitude, affirmations, and visualization form a holistic cycle. Gratitude keeps you grounded in what is working. Affirmations strengthen your commitment to growth, and visualization maps a clear route forward. Together, they sustain motivation and focus. Imagine the pride you'll feel when, month after month, you look back on a growing savings balance, expanded expertise, and the momentum of small wins, each one proof that your new mindset is propelling you toward lasting financial freedom. To weave this into your daily routine, consider pairing each habit with a trigger you already use, perhaps offering gratitude while brewing your morning coffee, whispering your affirmation as you zip up your jacket, and visualizing your next actionable step during your commute. So these empowering practices become as natural as breathing. And to reinforce your journey, remember the words of Melody Beattie, "Gratitude turns what we have into enough," which reminds us that contentment and ambition can coexist in harmony, this steering us away from the draining loop of always wanting more and toward a sustainable path of purposeful progress. By nurturing an abundance mindset with mindful awareness, consistent affirmations, and clear visual planning, you cultivate the fertile soil in which the seeds of opportunity take root. Each small, steady action then blossoms into profound, enduring change and, ultimately, a life no longer defined by scarcity, but by the limitless possibilities you consciously create. Number 2. Commit to lifelong learning. You've probably wondered how some people break free from the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck and never look back. It all starts with committing to lifelong learning. Picture yourself each morning dedicating just 15 to 30 minutes to mastering a single skill that's in demand. Maybe you choose basic coding so you can automate a simple task at your current job, pick up a new language to chat with customers around the world, or learn a trade like plumbing or electrical work so you can tackle house repairs yourself, or even start offering services in your neighborhood. What skill would you focus on if you knew your future depended on it? You don't need a fortune to get going. Your local library's e-books, free online courses, and community workshops are treasure chests of knowledge waiting for you to dive in. As you absorb each lesson, turn what you learn into real value. Build a basic website to showcase a friend's small business, tutor a classmate to reinforce your understanding of a language, or fix a leaky faucet for a neighbor, and feel your confidence soar as you see the tangible results of your effort. Let me tell you about Rosa. She lived in a cramped apartment and worked a job that barely covered her rent. Each evening, she opened her laptop to watch a free tutorial on digital design, then practiced for a half hour, creating simple graphics for her cousin's startup. Within 6 months, she landed her first paid gig designing flyers, then a repeat client, and eventually taught herself basic HTML to build her designs into an online portfolio that caught the eye of a local marketing agency. Today, Rosa enjoys steady work, a better income, and the freedom to choose projects that inspire her. What small step could you take today that might change the course of your life a year from now? The magic lies in consistency. Those 15 minutes every day aren't just minutes ticking by. They're bricks in the foundation you're building for a brighter future. New skills increase your earning potential and open doors to better paying, more stable work. And as you stack skill upon skill, you create momentum that compounds over time, opening opportunities you once only dreamed of. When you approach learning with curiosity, asking yourself open questions like, how can I use this skill to help someone else? Or, what problem can I solve with what I've just learned? You spark deeper understanding and uncover new possibilities you never considered. It doesn't matter where you start, only that you start, and that you turn theory into action. Test a concept, make mistakes, learn from them, and then try again, because each trial brings you closer to mastery. By making this commitment to yourself, you not only boost your income potential but also develop resilience, creativity, and confidence, the real tools you need to escape poverty forever. Number 3. Develop mindful money management. You have the power to transform your relationship with money by embracing mindful money management as a daily practice that honors your present needs and secures your future well-being. Start by tracking every dollar you spend for a full month. Record each cup of coffee, each bus fare, each grocery item in a simple notebook or phone app so you can shine a light on those tiny leaks that, over time, drain your resources and keep you stuck in survival mode. Have you ever paused to ask yourself, where did my money really go this week? And what patterns might I uncover if I simply paid attention? Next, devote yourself to creating a zero-based budget in which every dollar of your income is given a job, whether it's covering rent, stocking your pantry, serving others through generosity, or being set aside for the unexpected so that no cent lies idle, tempting you into impulsive spending. This way, you stay fully in charge of your hard-earned earnings. As Benjamin Franklin wisely observed, beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship, and a zero-based budget is your ship's watertight seal against financial storms. After you clearly understand your cash flow, shift your attention to creating an emergency fund. Even saving just $30 to $60 can give you some peace of mind when unexpected expenses like a surprise bill or an urgent repair come up. Then, steadily grow that cushion until it can cover at least 1 month's basic expenses before aiming for 2, 3, or even 6 months of safety. What might it feel like to wake up knowing you have dedicated resources waiting for you instead of waking up to worry? The Buddha taught, "Peace comes from within, do not seek it without." And in the same way, financial peace comes from the daily choices you make, not from a lottery ticket or a windfall. By combining the heightened awareness of expense tracking, the intentional allocation of a zero-based budget, and the steadfast commitment to an emergency fund, you transform money from an abstract source of stress into a reliable tool that serves your life's purpose. So, will you take that first step today, picking up your pen or opening that app to meet your finances with the mindfulness they deserve? By watching this far, you've already proven your desire to change your financial future. Type "Freedom Journey" in the comments to commit to your journey out of poverty. Stay tuned, some of the most life-changing insights are still ahead. Let's walk this path to abundance together. Number 4. Align with purpose, serve beyond self. In the ebb and flow of modern life, nurturing resilience and patience is akin to cultivating a sturdy oak that can bend in the storm yet stand tall when the winds subside. And this practice begins the moment we choose to observe our thoughts and feelings mindfully. When you're confronted with an urgent email from your boss at midnight, a mounting stack of bills, or the relentless ping of a social media notification that stirs a twist of unease in your gut, pause for an instant and acknowledge, "Here is anxiety," or "Here is frustration," without labeling these sensations as good or bad. As you return your attention to the gentle rise and fall of your breath, perhaps inhaling with a silent count of 4 and exhaling just as slowly, you create a peaceful refuge within, a safe harbor that softens the reflex to react impulsively or slip into self-criticism. Through this simple yet profound act, you learn to witness your inner world as an impartial observer, noticing how each thought and feeling arises like a cloud passing through an open sky and then dissipates, teaching you that emotions are temporary messengers, not permanent rulers. In our fast-paced culture, where multitasking is praised and downtime feels wasteful, building this mindful awareness allows you to break free from the cycle of stress-driven decisions, whether it's overspending to soothe discomfort, lashing out at loved ones, or scrolling endlessly in search of distraction, and instead respond with clarity, choosing actions that serve your long-term well-being and financial stability. Moreover, life's inevitable setbacks, be it an unexpected car repair bill that derails your monthly budget, a project that falls short of expectations at work, or a personal relationship that strains under unspoken resentment, hold within them the seeds of invaluable insight if you're willing to learn from them. When a setback occurs, resist the urge to blame yourself harshly or write off the experience as a dead end. Instead, ask yourself with genuine curiosity, what skill or understanding could I glean from this challenge? Perhaps your surprise car repair reveals the need to build a realistic emergency fund, or a project that didn't meet its goals highlights a gap in communication skills that you can address through online courses or mentorship. By reframing obstacles as wise teachers, you transform frustration into a constructive force, adjusting your plans with greater precision and resolve. As you integrate these lessons, whether through revising your monthly budget, setting clearer boundaries around your work hours, or proactively seeking feedback, you gradually assemble a toolkit of strategies that fortify you against future trials, reinforcing your confidence and ensuring that each stumble becomes a stepping stone toward lasting success. Understanding why cultivating a calm, patient mind matters so profoundly can inspire you to persevere, even when immediate results seem elusive. In a world obsessed with overnight triumphs, sustainable change often unfolds at a quiet, steady pace. Habits take time to solidify, financial buffers grow inch by inch, and personal growth emerges through the accumulation of small, consistent efforts. By greeting each day with a moment of mindful breathing and greeting each setback with a question of possibility, you nurture an inner sense of resilience that weathers both personal and systemic storms, be they economic downturns, career transitions, or shifting family responsibilities, without losing your sense of purpose. In practical terms, this might mean designating 10 minutes each morning to check in with your thoughts before diving into emails, using a budgeting app to track expenses and identify patterns without judgment, or setting aside time each week to journal about lessons learned from recent challenges. Through these intertwined practices of mindful observation and reflective learning, you build a foundation of patience and perseverance that not only supports your financial goals, whether that's eliminating debt, saving for retirement, or investing in your children's education, but also enriches your emotional landscape, allowing compassion and wisdom to guide your decisions. As your patience deepens, you'll discover greater ease in resisting impulsive spending, more resilience when faced with unexpected twists, and a profound trust in your own capacity to navigate life's complexities. In this way, nurturing resilience and patience becomes not merely a tool for escaping poverty, but a lifelong companion on your journey toward freedom, fulfillment, and lasting inner peace. Number 5. Build supportive relationships. When you set out to free yourself from the cycle of scarcity, one of the most powerful steps you can take is to build supportive relationships that help you grow, learn, and rise together, because you don't have to walk this path alone. Have you ever stopped to consider who you lean on when challenges arise, and whether those people truly champion your dreams? When you seek mentors and peers, you're not just collecting contacts, you're joining a living circle of wisdom and encouragement. Maybe you find a study group where everyone is trying to master the same trade, or a trade association where seasoned professionals share their insider tips, or perhaps an informal network of friends with similar goals who cheer you on when you feel stuck. These are your allies, your sounding boards, and your inspirations. And here's where you can get started today. Ask someone you admire if you can pick their brain for 15 minutes, or suggest a regular meetup with a few peers to hold each other accountable. What's one small step you could take this week to connect with someone who's already a few steps ahead on your journey? Once you begin to form these connections, remember that the most unbreakable bonds are those built on generosity and mutual respect. So offer value first, share what you learn, help someone solve a problem, or lend a hand where you see a need, even before you ask for anything in return. This isn't just a feel-good gesture, it's a strategy that plants seeds of trust and reciprocity. When you give freely, whether it's a useful article you've discovered, honest feedback on a peer's project, or a resource that could save someone hours of work, you signal that you're invested in the success of others, and they will naturally want to invest in yours. Ask yourself, what knowledge or skill can I share today that could lighten someone else's burden or speed up their progress? How might initiating generosity transform the way people respond to you? As you deepen these connections, cultivate what the Buddha called right speech communication that is honest, kind, and purposeful, and watch how your relationships flourish on a foundation of trust. Right speech isn't just about telling the truth. It's about choosing words that uplift, clarify, and invite collaboration. When you speak with kindness, you open hearts. When you speak with honesty, you earn respect. When you speak with purpose, you create momentum toward shared goals. Consider the impact of transforming criticism into constructive guidance, gossip into uplifting stories of success, and vague requests into clear calls to action. What ripple effect might your words create in your community if you committed to speaking this way every day? By weaving together these three practice-seeking mentors and peers, offering value first, and practicing right speech, you lay the groundwork for a powerful support system that not only helps you escape poverty, but also empowers you to lift others up along the way. You begin to see that your financial goals aren't just solitary achievements, but invitations to build a network of thriving, mutually supportive individuals who share knowledge, resources, and encouragement. And the lessons you'll carry forward are clear. Value flows to those who give it. Wisdom multiplies when shared, and words spoken with integrity strengthen every bond. So today, take a moment to map out your circle. Who will you reach out to for guidance? What gift can you offer without expecting anything in return? How will you let your speech reflect the honesty, kindness, and purpose you aspire to? When you answer these questions and integrate these practices into your daily life, you're not just surviving, you're creating a community that helps you and everyone around you to flourish forever. And there you have it, dear friends. 6 powerful numbers to align your path with abundance and wisdom, guided by timeless Buddhist teachings. Remember, true wealth is not only measured by what we gain, but by the peace, clarity, and compassion we cultivate along the way. If today's video inspired you, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to The Journey of Wisdom, and be sure to turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos on living with greater purpose and mindfulness. Until next time, may your heart remain open, your mind clear, and your journey filled with light and good fortune.